So this is the beginning of the number 8 part of the tic-tac-toe. We just finished out the styles.xml. It looks like this with it. Now I share with you the total. There are going to be 6 files. I gave you 5 files. I kind of did the files for you when we created the projects in here with it. The colors, the strings, and the XML. These are the files that when you do a new app, an empty app, it comes already with it, and you just come in and you modify it. One of the things I wanted to, the next one I want to show you is how to add a value file. If you click on, I'm going to do this very, very slowly, and you could slow down the video, but do watch how this is done with it. In the values, you right mouse click on it. I'm going to do this very slow. New. And if you can hover over and come down to about where is that? Value resource file. Value resource file. I'm going to leave this here for a second for you to see. Make sure that you see this, or pause the video on this path right here. I right mouse click on the pseudo folder. It's called values, and I went to new. And then I scroll over to the right and come down to value resource file with it. This is one way of doing this. The other way, if you don't do this, is you could do file new, and you can do the same thing. File new and follow the new over. I know this is kind of hard for me. And this value resource is done as the same thing as well. So I just want to make sure that you see this in either way that you do this with it as well. I always like to click on the right mouse click on the values, and come over and come down and select values with an S resource file. You do that, click on it, it opens up a dialog box like this, and in here you have to name this exactly how I name this, okay? So lowercase for with an S, short for dimension, okay? Because in my layout, I'm going to call the DIMENS with it, so lowercase DIMENS, lowercase, and I'm going to click on OK. The moment I do that, if you notice, it gave me kind of like a little skeleton in here as well, and of course it's added to the values. You see this with the other 3 files that we've been working on. So I'm going to click on here. Again, get used to putting in comments here with lesser than, greater than, dash dash, and put your name on this thing with it. So this is going to be the dimension that you're going to use with it. So this is the dimension file, and if you do dash dash, watch, you see how resource is grayed out here at the bottom. If I do dash dash greater than, that actually anything in between this comment right here will be ignored. So it's picking up this resource and the closing of the resource tag. Inside of this, again, you need to put your name on there with it, right? So your name, not my name, on here as well, and put today's date on here as well. So dash dash that, okay? Now in here, I'd like for you to come in and let's do the dimension tags with it. So DIM, just 2 simple lines with it, EM tab, and you're going to give this a name of activity underscore horizontal underscore margin. So you can give this basically a dimension of 16 dp. I've been keeping everything dp, and it wants to switch me over to sp a few minutes ago with it. So make sure you have this as the activity underscore horizontal underscore margin. Okay, and the second one, same thing, dim, short for dimension with it. I'm going to give it a name of activity underscore vertical underscore margin, and give that also 16 BP as well. Okay. I'll leave this up here for the time being, and I want you guys to look at this in a second here. Make sure you see what I have here with the file names with it. Oh, I need to put this comment in here. This is from, basically it's from, this is the default screen margin. That's from the from your Android design documents with it. So I pulled this from the Android development margin with it. So this gives you kind of like some space that's in that rectangle of the dimension of the files with it as well. Okay. Okay, make sure you have what I have here before you want to pause this and make sure your syntax is right, no squiggly lines or nothing like that, right? Control S saves your file, everything for me, all right? I'm going to pause. This will conclude our video for the dimension XML, okay? So you know how to add a resource file, an XML file.